Praise to the Most High Elohim. We give y'all praise, the glory, and the honor. We thank and we praise Him for a wonderful day, which is, I'll tell you, the weather is beautiful, but it's very, very warm today. But we thank y'all for all these warm days because, sometimes when the winter is here, we be wanting the warm days. So I'm grateful for the day. I'm grateful for the winter days. I'm grateful for the spring and the fall because all of them bring a sense of joy, a sense of change. So we just want to thank y'all today for your being with us today. Here we are again in another Shabbat, celebrating the word of the Most High, just coming to just chat on His word and bring some more content of Amos today. We just thank and praise y'all. Glad that you're here today. Praying that y'all will bless us through this lesson. We ask that you are always to be in the midst of us, that He is our teacher. He's the one that brings forth the understanding of y'all's word with simplicity. We give y'all praise, glory, and honor, and we thank Him for the opportunity that He has given us and allowed us the opportunity to be with Him today in this Shabbat. So we just want to just pray. We're going to get into the word today. Pray that y'all will say something that will encourage our heart and wake up our understanding and to give us the power to pray for one another and so we can get it right. Yes, this walk sometimes, saints, and when you try to explain to people, they can make it very hard. They can make it, if you're not anchored in the things, make you want to just throw up your hands. But we have to know that it's our job to tell them whether they want to hear it or not. I'm just speaking to someone this morning, earlier today, and I made a statement. They're talking about they got it on the subject of fish. They love their fish, the white. They'll eat up a whitey and catfish. I said, well, but the other one said, well, it tastes funny. I said, well, it's supposed to taste funny. That's because there's a clean up the water. Well, I'm just gonna eat it with the cleanup. I love my catfish.
Mm-mm.
What can you say? Listen, they have made up their mind. When they make up their mind, what can you do? And they talk about Yah. You see, they're talking about, well, they call him Jesus. So we're talking, but yeah, they're sitting there talking about all the things that they are not supposed, but they say they love it.
Yeah, but they eating stuff they shouldn't be eating either.
Yeah, but that's a lot of times I think about being disobedient and eating a lot of things. I think that's why a lot of sickness. A lot of people like a lot of unclean food.
Yeah, it is.
All of it's tainted now, but we know for a fact that will bring about some sickness because whatever those animals and stuff eating that we are supposed to eat, it goes in our system as well, So they didn't get it. So I'm not gonna.
Shabbat shalom, Mother Judy.
I was not going to be arguing with that.
I don't mind.
Just leave it alone. So y'all be praised. We give y'all all His glory and all His praise and the honor here today. Y'all, we thank that now that you will come in. We ask now, even before we get started, because all the knowledge and understanding come from you. We ask that you will open up our eyes as we go into your prophet Amos, as you send him out to warn your people, because you had enough. And we are sitting right now at that time of Amos with people. You sit in plumb lines and see anybody walking straight, you find out that it's not hanging straight because there's so much crooked and so much rebellion in the midst of us as a people. Father, forgive us. Those that have a heart to do right, Father, have mercy upon us.
Yes.
Those that will understand your word, Father, and understand that you have set a covenant with us. Not only that with us, but with those ones that want to take on this walk of truth, They have to abide by it as well. So you said to Judah first, and then what? Then the Gentiles. So with y'all, we thank you, we praise you right now for another opportunity to come before your throne of grace and mercy and bring forth this word. As we get into your word today, Father, I decrease. And Ruah, I come asking that you will increase, that you will bring forth the word of Yah. Let this word go forward. Let it be spread unto those that need to hear it, Yah. In the mighty name of Yahushua Amashiach. Amen.
Amen.
All right, we're going to get into it. Let me turn off my. All right, and let's get back to our comments and let's get our word on the board and open it up and we'll get started. Oh, praises. All right, let's see. We're talking about warning through visions. Y'all give his people visions.
Mm.
So that even get on people's nerve, even with the vision.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell people what you saw, what y'all showed you, they get upset with that. All right, we can get started with our reading. Uh, that's
All right.
Amos, 7th chapter.
Amos the seventh chapter, starting with the first. How many verses we got? First two down to the 17th verse. And it reads, starting with the first, and it reads, Thus hath the Yahweh Elohim showed unto me, and behold, he formed grasshoppers in the beginning of the shooting up of the latter growth. And lo, it was the latter growth after the king's mowing. Verse 2, and it came to pass that when they had made an end of eating the grass of the land, then I said, O Yahweh Elohim, forgive, I beseech thee, by whom shall Jacob arise? For he is small. Verse 3, the Yahweh repented for this. It shall not be, says the Yahweh. Thus says has the Yahweh Elohim showed unto me, and behold, the Yahweh Elohim called to contend by fire, and it devoured the great deep and did eat up a part. Then said I, O Yahweh, cease I beseech thee, by whom shall Jacob arise? For he is small. Verse 6, the Yahweh repented for this. This also shall not be, said the Yahweh Elohim. 7, thus he showed me, and behold, the Yahweh stood upon a wall made by a plumb line, with a plumb line in his hand. Verse 8, and the Yahweh said unto me, Amos, what seest thou? And I said, a plumb line. Then he said to Yahweh, behold, I will set a plumb line in the midst of my people Israel. I will not again pass by them any more. Verse 9, and the high places of Isaac shall be desolate, and the sanctuaries of Israel shall be laid waste. And I will raise rise against the house of Jeroboam with the sword. Verse 10, then Amarias, that's how
Am-
you put it,
Ama-
Ama,
Amaziah.
Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, sent to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos had conspired against thee in the midst of the oh buddy line in the midst of the house of Israel. The land is not able to bear all his words. Verse 11. For thus Amos said, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall surely be led away captive out of their own land. Verse 12. Also Amarias said unto Amos, O thou seer, go, flee thee away into the land of Judah, and there eat bread and prophesy there. 13. But prophesy not again any more at Bethel, for it is the king's chapel, and it is the king's court. 14. Then answered Amos and said unto Amariah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was a herdsman and a gatherer of the sycamore fruit. 15. And the Yahweh took me as I followed the flock. And the Yahweh said unto me, Go, prophesy unto my people Israel. Verse 16. Now, therefore, hear thou the words of the Yahweh. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac. The final verse 17. Therefore, thus saith the Yahweh, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughter shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of this land.
Hmm. It's always amazing when you're trying to tell people the truth. They don't like truth. What is it that without flesh, when this we should see it as a warning, as a precaution, when someone has wisdom on things and tell you or show you, that goes on to show you the sickness among people, especially our people. They don't want to. Don't tell me about my sin. Don't tell me about my choices. I don't need you to tell me anything. Just let me be. I'm grown. I can make my own choices. And yes, you can. But here y'all have compassion enough to send someone to forewarn. Because that's all it is. That's what the gospel is, to forewarn, to encourage, admonish, and declare the word of Yah as it is written. And that's what Yahusha did. Didn't they get mad, so mad at him, they ordered his death.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right there let us know that man don't take too kindly of correction. Because a lot of time correction is coming at after their love style, their lifestyle, let's say, the things that they love to do, and you telling them they can't.
Hmm.
When in fact, a lot of times, and I got thought about today, I said, now, they say they love the word of Yah, apparently they're not reading it with understanding.
Mm.
Apparently their pastor is not telling them the
Nope.
truth.
That's right.
Because a lot of times they don't know the truth themselves because they don't get in the word that way.
Mm.
Or they'll stay in the New Testament and don't know anything about the Old. And
That's right.
they try to make the New Testament say things that is not. Or they
That's
don't even
right.
realize the New Testament is repeating the Old, if it be such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But here Yah gives a warning. First of all, he gives Amos a a vision.
Mm.
So people having vision is not new. Y'all
Certainly
been
isn't.
doing this thing a long, long time, more than we could ever know. Yeah, I see when people start fussing and fighting over the word, just that's why you need to know the word. And I'm gonna tell you right now, half the time I know it, but I can't. I know where it is, but I can't quote it. I can't. Sometimes I forget the verse,
Mm.
the actual verse. But don't worry about it. I do know how to bring it together. Warning. He said the warning through vision. And now he's been sent to a people, been fussing against him ever since he showed up. Here come Amaziah, Jehoram, all this family affair again, because they don't want to hear the word
Mm.
of Yah. They don't want to hear that. If you don't stop, you're gonna end up in this thing gonna lead you into destruction. And every time, you know what? Tell her to hush that loud noise.
She gone. Oh, you disturbing the thing. I told her you going.
It's so when we look in this word, when y'all call you to do something, and you have to stand on that, you are not going to be a welcome sight to many people. You not want to hear. They don't want to hear the word. That's just point blank. But what they don't understand is he got this. This is a vision that Yah gave him to give to them, to forewarn them. If you don't get it together, what's going to happen to you is not going to be good. You got an opportunity now to get a warning. See, when the warning comes, that gives us a time to prepare for what's coming. So when Yah sends his word, we don't have any excuse if we don't take heed to the warning. Because he will not do anything in this earth according to his word unless he reveal it to the prophet first. And the prophet will reveal it to the people. If it's going to happen in this earth, y'all have told somebody.
That's right.
Now that person is diligent in the things that y'all told them, they're going to tell somebody. But every announcement from y'all seems to have an issue with some people. Because they're made up in their mind what they will and will not do. And they try to find an excuse to do what they want to do. Simple as that. That's why we repent. Father, forgive us. Because sometimes and some of these things when y'all said to us, it can be hard. It's a hard decision you have to make. If this thing was easy, everybody would do it. Listen, if everybody could do anything they want to do and still serve y'all, because that's what the mindset is, they think they're gonna be in the kingdom with him.
Mm-hmm.
They can do everything they're big enough to do, worship every idol god, and do everything they want to do, and they expect they're going to be in the kingdom with the Most High Elohim when He have set rules according to His word. So now we see He giving Amos a warning. Last week is old. Those that ease in Zion. Then this week, now we see where now there's a warning come. Well, a warning always will come before destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all is not just going to just send destruction against someone without warning them. Even the enemy get warning. Give them time to get it right or repent. Now we see this in a twofold. We see it for Israel, and we also see it for the enemy. But Amos was sent directly to Israel. And we got this rebellious mindset still today that they don't want to yield. The word say, thus says Yahuwah. It didn't come, he said, it didn't come from me. Amos let you know right off the bat, it did not come from me. He said, thus says Yahuwah. He said, Yahuwah, he said, Elohim showed me. He showed me, and behold, he said, I looked. He was forming what? A locust swarm. He said, when the spring crop began to sprout, he was forming. In other, what is he talking about? Is he talking about a literal garden, a time of harvest in the spring harvest? No, he's not. He's talking about a people that he was gathering together to act as a locust swarm. They were going to come up against him like an army of locusts. When the spring crop began to spike, just as they thought everything was lovely, they was prospering. Just at the point where they thought they gonna live it up. He said, and behold, the spring crop was after the king's mowing. Finna plant. You know, they do before they do plant it in the spring, they have to what? From the winter, the ground have to be what we call haired. That's where the term come, break up the fallow ground.
Yep, they have to hair up the ground.
Because it has set in and sand has the ground has a tendency when it's untouched, it gets hard. And before you can put any crops or any seed in the ground, you have to what we call hair up the ground or break up the ground. Break the soil, break the hardness, and soften the soil so the soil will be able to receive what the seed. And I looked up that meaning of the locust, the swarm of locusts. And you know what? This thing is not so deep. It is really not. It says a locust. It derived from the Latin. Is it called a locusta? Locusts are what? A lobster. Who knew? That the lobster is the sea locust. I mean, simple. When the locusts on the earth devour, so do the lobster devour in the sea. He eats up their things as well.
Yeah, it does.
There are various species of short-horned grasshoppers in the family of the Acadia, which they're still dealing with them. That have a swarming phrase.
Yep.
These insects are usually solitary. I didn't get into that, but I'm just giving you.
Yeah. Portions.
But I'm taking back myself by them being considered as a
lobster.
They come from the lobster family. They're the same. One's in the sea and one's on the earth. But y'all using this because he said he pulling together a locust swarm. That means he got men as a swarm of locusts coming up against Israel because of their disobedience.
Oh, yes.
He said, when you begin to sprout, and behold, let's get into that before we go any further. The man only just giving them the word of Yah. He only just giving them what Yah showed him about what's about to take place.
Right.
Joel 1 and 4 say, what the gnawing locust has left, the swarming locust has eaten. And what
Mm.
the swarming locust has left, the creeping locust has eaten. And what the creeping locust has left, the stripping locust has eaten. All of them is the same bug. They do the same thing. They devour. Wherever they go, they devour. Amos 8 and 1 said, thus Yahuwah Elohim showed me. He said, behold, there was a basket of summer fruit. He said, all this stuff is prepared, but my people are not even able to even take advantage of because of their disobedience. He desired for us to live and have the good thing, but because of our disobedience, he have to what? Send out an army against us as a people. Amos 8, 1 and 4 and 9 say, I smoke you with scorching wind and mildew. This is what he said. Eat what he had to do to Israel. And then he said, and the caterpillar was devouring your many garden and vineyards, fig trees, and olive trees. Yet you have not returned to me, declares Yahuwah. You still don't get it. All this thing that's you see that's happening around us right now, all these storms, all these people, all we doing is sitting out laughing, talking about what they did to our enemy.
Mm.
But we have to let it be a warning unto us as well. Many, he said, from your garden, your vineyard, fig trees, and olive trees, yet you have not returned to me. I put this thing before you for your warning. And he said, I'm declaring this. This is a warning. But you have not what? Returned to me. Exodus 10, 12, 16. We know what took place doing there with the locusts. Then Yahweh said to Moshe, stretch out your hand over the land of Egypt.
Yep.
See, he used it against the enemy. And he like I said, I think last week or the week before last, what Yah does, it's like a metaphor. He used the term locust, which is a literal army that he uses against our enemy. He uses the weather against our enemy, and he uses locusts and all these things against them. But when it comes to us for punishment, when he say he setting out a swarm of locusts, that's actually a people that he gonna use against us. We need to get this stuff, saints. We need to get it. We need to get understanding. This was a literal swarm of locusts in Egypt. We know the story. He said that they may come up on the land of Egypt and eat every plant of their land. Even all the hail what has left. He said hail. We see it with what somewhere it was hailing. I heard somebody say that in July that they were expecting a snowstorm in Texas. Now I don't know how true that is, but I heard somebody was saying that was predicting that. But if y'all gave it to him, it could very well happen. Who knows? Isaiah 33 and 4 say, your spoil is gathered as the caterpillar gathers. As locusts rushing about what? Rushing about men, rushing about on it. Telling them again, y'all gonna use people against you. They're gonna act like locusts. They're gonna come and devour you. Locusts have no mercy, saints. It will eat up everything. It don't have no mercy. It don't care what it don't leave anything. It comes to clean out. And that's not what our enemies have done to us.
Oh yes.
They have no mercy. They had no mercy on us. They'd taken everything they could take and still take it. All these laws that our foolish people are still voting on. I had to address that too. Can you please tell me what they've done for our people, all this voting? Not one thing. Everybody come here and get a law for them, and you don't have one, and you've been here all the days. And what is not still here been scattered all over the other places, as the word of y'all have said.
That's true.
I'm a native. No, we native to this country. Jeremiah 1:11-16 said, the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, what do you see? Jeremiah asked, and he always asks his prophets. What do you see, Jeremiah? He said, I see a rod of an almond tree. You want to know what it means. You see it, but what do it mean? I see some judgment. A rod is what? A rod brings judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You say, you know, this is the same rod that he saw that the prophet saw. No, Aaron, when he put the rod in and it budded, signifying that he was chosen by Yah, because it was a fair selection. He had made all of them get a rod, and those that wasn't worthy, they did not. They did not bloom. When you see that somebody is worthy, somebody is not.
That's true.
Jeremiah 24:1 said, after Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, all the officials of Judah with the craftsmen and smith from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. All the abducted people. He took the choice people. He says, the craftsmen, the smith from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. The Yahuwah showed me, behold, 2 baskets of figs set before the temple of Yahuwah. Here he got a vision. And I'm hearing more and more people that this day is telling that Yah is giving them visions. But people don't want to hear this anymore. They don't want to hear. See, but Yah has not changed his strategy and way he does things. He told us, he said, I changes not. But what he do change, he changes things. He changed people. He changed situations. Because his word worked. Why would he change his word? Ezekiel, then I told the exile all the things that Yahuwah had shown me. And they was upset, if you know the book of Ezekiel. They didn't want to hear from him either. As you notice, these are prophets that Yah has given them vision for Israel. But they didn't want to hear it. Then I will make up to you for the years. Now this is when we done got in order. Now we are sitting, a lot of us, not all of us, we're sitting in this place of Joel 2:25. Then he said, I will make up to you for the years that the swarming locust has eaten. And the creeping locust, the stripping locust, and the ignoring locust. He said, my great army which I sent among you. That's why I say this message is twofold today. This message for your enemy and this message for the one that's keep rebelling against the word of Yah. Those that's walking upright, Yah said what the enemy had taken from you, he's giving it back to you. And those ones that don't want to listen, he's going to send out a blast against them. It's judgment in the land, saints. And the word keep letting us know that judgment is in this land. We keep looking at what what happening to uh, 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 the Gentiles, we better take heed what's happening to a lot of our people.
That's right. So true.
You walk up right, y'all done made it clear that he will make what your yields that the locusts and swimming locusts, what they've eaten up from you, taken from you. Do y'all understand they're beginning to give back land to people that was taken from them from their forefathers? They're not doing it. Y'all doing it. You think that's why all this, if they getting together with all their weapons, they want to fight? You can't fight y'all.
Sure can.
It's your own government that is making it right, and making you give it back. That
Mm-hmm.
has been taken. Even up and down this here coast. I was listening at, I should write that stuff down. Sometimes I stop and look at it, and I should record it so so I can really give it to you guys so y'all can go and look it up. I'm quite sure some of y'all heard some of these things. He said, then I will make up to you for the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the creeping locust, the stripping locust, and the gnawing locust. My great army which I sent among you. I'm the one sent them. I'm the one caused them to come out against you. But because you have what? Turned back to me. Because you have said, I'm going to turn back and I'm going to walk upright. I'm going to go into this truth, and I'm going to go with my whole heart, body, and soul and start walking this out at best of my ability. That's all y'all need us to do, is make up our mind to do it. And he'll help us do it. See, we on our way to cleansing, saying we can't clean ourselves. We can't clean ourselves good enough for the kingdom of Yah. Yah is the one cleanse us. He's the one make us righteous. He's the one that cleanses us to the point where what he said, in the twinkling of an eye, you're going to be changed. But we will never be able to go in the condition of this flesh that we are in. He said, thus the Yahuwah Elohim showed me, and behold, Yahuwah Elohim was calling to contend. That's a fight. He was called to contend with them by fire. Let's get out of this. Go back in, because I'm in the number 2. He said, and it came to pass, and it came about when it had finished eating the vegetation of the land, that I said, listen what he said. Now he pleading with, now he literally pleading to Yah for Israel. He said, Yahuwah Elohim, please pardon me. How can Jacob stand? If you keep doing this, how can Jacob stand? For Jacob is small. We know a lot of them died because what 70 souls went into Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part right here to let us know they was almost wiped out.
Yeah, it was.
This kind of behavior is like that y'all were wiping them out. How can Jacob stand? For he is small. The Yahuwah changed. Listen what he said. Yahuwah changed his mind about this. He changed it because the man that everybody mad with, we get in the next verse. He's standing in the gap. Just like Moses stood in the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Ezekiel, Jeremiah, all of it. Why are you doing it? Jeremiah said, Father, tell me, wait a minute, is Israel always going to be a slave?
Hmm.
We got people speaking on our behalf, praying on our behalf, and a lot of times you praying for your loved ones and they could care less.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going on about their business. Because why? They have made up in their heart and their heart. And you ain't nothing you can do about it. Here we go, number He said, and Yahuwah changed his mind about this. And he said, well, it shall not be, says Yahuwah. Because Amos, he don't wish to see his people destroyed. Number 4 tells us, thus Yahuwah Elohim showed me. He showed me. He said, behold, Yahuwah Elohim was calling to contend. He was finna destroy them again. Calling to contend with them by fire. I'm gonna send some fire that way. And he said, and it consumed the great deep and began to consume the farmland. You know, they dig the great deep. You know them trenches. Sometimes they jump the big trench. They put in trenches where the fires can't. They call them a fire. I forget what they call the name of it. But they mow down so the fire won't jump. But that don't stop y'all.
Make a fire line.
Yeah, it's called a fire line, but they make it real deep.
Yep.
He said, what? The Yahuwah was calling to contend with them by fire. And it consumed the great deep and began to consume what? Their livelihood, saints. The farmland was the livelihood of Israel. This is how they made their living, and this is how they fed their family. Did he intervene again? Then I said, Amos said, Yahuwah Elohim, please stop. How can Jacob stand? He is small. Did Yahuwah change his mind about this again?
Mm-hmm.
He said, this too shall not be. Said Yahuwah, you know, you can keep begging and begging on somebody's behalf. They be like, no, they haven't learned anything. Don't come to me try to talk about your child and no. She done had too many chances. And after a while, okay, you can cry whatever you want. They don't have no mercy on her no more. Because it's almost like their intention is not to do what is right. Then number 7. He said, 7 said, thus he showed me. And behold, the Yahuwah was standing. Now it's serious. It always been serious, but he done had enough. Thus he showed me, and behold, the Yahuwah was standing by a vertical wall, straight up and down. What he say? With a plumb line in his hand. Dropped it down, and finally he found anybody. It's not anybody walking right. Anybody walking this walk according to my word. And then he said, Yahuwah said to me, what do you see, Amos? Isn't that amazing? He asked all of them, what do they see?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see, Amos? And I said, a plumb line. Then Yahuwah said, behold, look, I'm about to put a plumb line in the midst of my people Israel. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop it down in the midst of them and see who walking upright. Who's really on my side? Who's really walking the walk of what? Truth. Because they had gone, they was just doing their own thing. If he can find one, if he can drop it down and get one straight line in the midst of them. If he can find one person in there doing the right thing that I put in leadership. Because this is about leadership, saints. That's what Amos was sent to the leadership, and they were doing all kind of things against the people, the poor. That's why we back up here. They talking about they were plowing in the king's field. The king was planting stuff, but the king wasn't doing enough for the people. They were living it up. And y'all say I'm going to listen. I'm going to drop a plumb line in the midst of Israel. And he said, I will what? I will spare them no longer. Don't you ask for me no more how small they are. Because what his word is true. I am going to deal with them. He said, behold, I am about to what? Put a plumb line in the midst of my people, Israel, and I will spare them no longer. Then he gets into the fact of what he said. He said, the high place of Isaac will be desolated. And the sanctuaries of Israel going to be what? It's going to be laid waste. You cannot change my mind on this, Amos. I've given them too many chances. I've sent word after word after word, and their hearts get harder and harder and harder. And I will do something about it. He said, then I will rise up against the house of Jeroboam with the sword. I'm not changing my mind. I'm not sparing them no more. Because every time I spare them, they get worse. Their hearts get even worse towards me. You think they're mad with you. They're not mad. They're never mad. See, we got to understand when you bring in the word of the Most High, when people get upset with you, put those silly things in the comments and say all kind of evil things, they're not mad with you, really. They're being rebellious against the word of Yah. You just bringing the word. That's all your job is. Yes, we can pray. Yes, we can turn things around. We see this clear as day right here in front of us. That Yah will stay his hand because of the person that he had called to be that mouthpiece or whoever it is. You pray for them, Yah will stay the hand. But he won't keep doing it. You see people get in trouble. You pray for them. They get out. They act like they're going to walk straight. After a while, they're doing the same thing, even worse. You pray for them, y'all spare them. You pray, they come back and do the thing, and they get out, they get worse. After a while, y'all take them out of the earth. He don't even give you a chance to even pray for them no more. Yah is not an unjust father. When trouble comes, when chastisement comes, it's because the warning was not heeded. He's not going to just snatch us out without sending warning. And we know that he warns us through his word all day long. Israel don't do this. Israel don't do that. Israel come before me. Israel don't worship this. Israel don't marry this one. Israel don't get into this one. Israel. Ain't Israel is Judah. This word continuously is to warn the peoples of Yah. And also to let the peoples of Yah know what's going to take place if they don't heed. And he also let us know if we walk up right before we can eat the good of this land. I don't care who do what, who owns what, who try to block you. It does not matter. Because he doesn't explain to us in his word. He'll take them same locusts, them army locusts. And what they ate, what all they ate up from you, because we was obedient, now walking in the truth. Now he'll turn that thing around. What they ate up from you, every one of those locusts, the same bug. I tell people, it's the same bug. It just fashioned different. Didn't we just say a locust is a lobster? As well as what we call him a hoppergrass, but he's all in a lobster's family. He said, behold. Let me get in here before I go to 9. Let me go back When y'all ask this in court, what do you see? He done had enough. I mean, it's judgment time now. Amos 8 and 2 say, he said, what do you see, Amos? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. Then Yahweh said to me, the end has come. This is what it says, a basket of summer fruit. But it says, in other words, this is the last straw. He said, the end has come to my people, Israel. I will spare them no longer. That's the last basket of the summer. They can't keep going. Not with the foolery and the behavior and this it blatantly don't want to hear the truth. Jeremiah 15:6 say, you who have forsaken me, declares Yahuwah, you keep going backward. So I will stretch out my hand against you and destroy you. I am tired of relenting. Lamentation 2 and 8 says, the Yahuwah determined to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He has stretched out a line of what we call a plumb line, a measuring line. When he come to measure, are you keeping my word? Are you living this life according to what I have said? Not what we want to make up and do on our own. Just making up stuff. He said, Yahuwah determined to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He has stretched out a line. He has not restrained his hand from destroying. He has what? Has caused rampart and wall lament. He the one caused the trouble. He said, they have languished together. I'm bringing all this trouble on you all at once. War and what? Lament. And he said, I'm bringing all, I don't care what you say, I'm bringing all it together. But one can't say, Israel can't say they didn't do it. Judah can't say they didn't do it. I'm going to drop it in the middle of it. And I'm going to find what did it say? And found all of them wanted. All of them in the air. I put you over my people to do this, but this is what you do. Boy, I'm telling you, you have to be careful with who you follow, saints. Because these evil leaders will take you right on in. If they ain't doing right, you better get out of there. I don't know why some of our people stay and they know these people's not doing the right thing, but they just got to belong somewhere. Only place you got to belong is in the kingdom of Yah, walking with him. That's where we supposed to be. Our mindset supposed to be at this time. He said, Ezekiel 7, 2-9 says, I'm not going to read all of it, just number 2. And he said, you, son of man, thus says Yahuwah Elohim to the land of Israel. He says, thus say this. He said, the end is coming on 4 corners of the land. It's not just going to come. The end ain't just going to come in one place. The end is coming on all 4 corners of this land. We were just talking about how all of a sudden all these prophets talk about the end time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where we are, saints.
Yes,
we are at the end time. We are at the end of this thing. Therefore, we don't have time to be messing around. We don't have time to follow people with a bunch of folly. Nobody to pat, to tickle our fancy, to tell us what this is and what them. No, is it going to bring us into what? Into a place of righteousness with Yah. Like I said before, I love history. And we hear all this talking about history. But I'm not hearing nobody talk about salvation.
Mm-mm.
We learn history, but we better learn the truth of this word. We better learn how to line up with the gospel of this word.
That's right.
At the end of the day, everything going down but the word of Yah. And we will be with this plumb line, because he measured us by his word. Isaiah 28:17 say, I will make justice. What he said? I'm going to make righteousness the measuring line. Bread day in the morning. But that's what justice is. You're just using it in justice, and then you come back with righteous. I will make justice the measuring line and righteousness the level. All of it. You use a level for getting things in alignment, and you use a measuring line to get things in alignment, whether it be, listen, whether it be vertical or whether it be horizontal. He said, I'm measuring from what? From top to bottom, from side to side. I'm not going to miss anything. He said, then hell will sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters will overflow the secret place. See, we can see that happening to our enemy, but we better take heed. That's happening also to a lot of our peoples now. Because he measured from top to bottom and left to right. Judgment is in the land. And I'm just loving all this stuff, that what they done plan, what they gonna do to us as a people. But somebody's not reading the word. Y'all have a plan too.
That's right. A
But
better
he
one.
gonna use them. Yeah, he'll use them. But they don't understand. This is their last, what they say, last ditch effort.
Mm-hmm.
2 Kings 21:13 say, I will stretch over Jerusalem. Boy, I mean, this measuring is something else. But that's where we are, saints. I will stretch over Jerusalem in the line of Samaria and the plummet of the house of Ahab. And I will wipe Jerusalem as one wipes a dish. My goodness. I'm going to clean Israel up. Ain't nothing going to be left. He said, wiping it with turning it upside down. This is what I just said. He gonna take the plumb line. He measured he's not going to miss not one place is not going to go unmeasured. Boy, I tell you, this give us something to think about, saints. These words come that we will examine ourselves. And we find ourselves not measuring up according to God's word. Because he's telling us right now, according to his word, he will be measuring from up top to bottom, left to right. Like a plate going to turn you over, even wiping you on the backside, up and down. We are in that place right now where we are entering right now. We've been going through, but it get more and more and more intense. And this is what he's doing. He's measuring. Jeremiah 1:11-13 said, the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, what do we see, Jeremiah? What he said? And I see a rod of an almond tree. I see some new growth. Oh, we give him glory. I see a new beginning. But I also see that somebody didn't make it. There was some didn't. There's so many the rod didn't bud. So when he took the measure, wasn't no flower came out. Wasn't nothing there to what? To cause on your rod to cause it to what? To flourish. He said, I measured. I measured from the top to the bottom, from side to side. I treated Israel like a plate. I even flipped them over on the back, and I wiped it clean. Red day in the morning. Let's not just take our eyes. We got to take our eyes off what he's doing to our enemy, and we better put it on ourselves. and start looking at ourselves, because we don't want to. When he showed, we don't want to be found wanting, saints. We don't want to lose out. He said, "Who is Yahuwah? Who is Yahuwah? Who is Elohim like you, who pardons iniquity? Who is a Yahuwah? Who's like him? He's the only one can pardon our iniquity and passes over the rebellious act of the remnant of his what? His possession. He does not retain his anger forever. In other words, he's not going to just let us slide forever. Talking about we Israelites or we Judah. That's not going to get us. That's not going to get us in the kingdom, saints. Because I'm measuring out. And I'm going to see just how many I can draw out. And the word say he drops the line, the plumb down in the middle of them. Let me see, can I get a straight line? Just drop it in the middle. He couldn't even get a straight line. So crooked, so out of order. Doing stuff that Yah has not called him to do. Causing his people to error. He said he does not retain his anger forever because he delights in what? Unchanging love. He still loves us, but he still going, what? You chastise your child, but your love never changed for that child. Here we have a father that's the same. He'll love you. He'll watch his love, but he'll watch you go into the fire when we have not done according to his word. So these are the times, saints. I can't say it enough. These are the times they're judging our enemies, and they're also judging us. And he's cleansing this earth. You got to understand, he got to get rid of the rebels, the ones that keep rebelling, don't want to hear. He said, Nahum 1:8-9 said, but with an overflowing flood, he will make what? A complete end of this sight. And will pursue his enemies into darkness. Now, look, we see that. That's why I want us to know this lesson is about both. It's lesson about his people and his people's enemy. He's doing them in, and he also doing it, what he just told Amos, he's about to what? Send judgment against Israel. Even in the midst that he dealing with our enemy, he still finna do a judgment walkthrough. It's time for us to get it together. It's time for us to get our life together, saints. We find ourselves in wanting in any area of our life. We just can't do what we want to do and think y'all supposed to talk we are Israelite. All this here abusing one another, not respecting one another, mouth against one another. Y'all had enough of that. Watching these men just talk and treat their daughters of Zion like they have no feeling at all. Like they are not part of this kingdom. You crazy? If it wasn't for Mary, y'all, none of us would be part of the kingdom.
Sure wouldn't be.
Y'all had to use a woman to bring the kingdom to us. Are you so mad?
I know that's right.
How many times the woman saved Israel from extinction? Well, make me get on all them scriptures. Y'all love Moses, call him out to be, but he was finna kill him. Gave him all what to do, but he was finna kill Moses because Moses wouldn't circumcise his boys. He know them boys supposed to be circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
The woman saw that he was the angel gonna kill him. She took a knife
Mm-hmm.
and cut the foreskin of her two sons and threw them at Moses' feet. The blood that y'all stayed the hand of the angels from killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you, we need to stop this foolishness. We don't have time for it. It's worthless that we will argue about this minute stuff. That's what the enemy wants. You keep you arguing and fussing against one another, talking about one another, putting your mouth on one another, and y'all study dropping the line. He studied in the midst of us measuring our behavior, measuring our heart. When you say you love me, but you're doing this. You say you're walking in the truth, but where is it? He said, I will what? And will pursue his enemies into darkness. Y'all can he'll take down his enemy, but we got to understand. Let me also make this clear too. When we don't do what y'all say, we rebellious against him and don't listen, we become an enemy to him too. You talking about the enemy to Israel, we become an enemy to y'all as well. When we rebel against him and go about doing our own thing, we are just as rebellious. We are just as much an enemy to y'all as our enemies are to us. So we got to understand that. Zechariah said 5:2 say, and he said to me, what do you see? Didn't he ask everyone his disciple, his prophet?
Yes, he did.
I want to make sure you see what I'm showing you. And he said to me, what do you see? And I answered, I see flying scrolls. Its length is 20 cubits and its width 10 cubits. I see the word. Is anybody eating up this word? Is anybody catching on to what the word is saying? Because the word is going out. The word is being taught, preached, teach, vision, told, prophesied. It's going out. He said, I see what? A flying scroll. The length is 20 cubits and its width 10 cubits. Long and wide. Can't miss the word. Can't say you didn't hear the word. Can't say that this word was evaded you. All these prophets is going out with this word. He sent his word from everywhere. His divine truth. Yes, we got a lot of false prophets out there. We have to be careful with that. But if you know the word, you know when they're lying to you.
That's true.
This word is going all over the world. And the people that are catching the word don't look like us. Willing to submit themselves. You think y'all going to turn them away because they don't look like you and me? No, he's not. He loved them that love him. And you can't love him if you ain't keeping his commandments according to his word. None of us. Let's get down to number. He said, behold, I am about to put a plumb line. Let me go back to 8 and I'll read down. Then Yahuwah said to me, what do you see, Amos? And I said, a plumb line. Then Yahuwah said, behold, I'm about to put a plumb line in the midst of my people. You didn't say the enemy, did he?
No, he didn't.
He said, I'm finna put up a plumb line in the midst of my people.
Yep.
I'm about to put a plumb line in the midst of my people, Israel. I will spare them no longer. He said, the high places of Isaac will be desolate. It's going to be destroyed. And the sanctuaries of Israel they're going to be laid waste. He said, then I will rise up against the house of Jeroboam and with the sword. See, what we got to understand, this has happened, but we have the same spirit that's doing it right now as our people did it then. Because I just hear in the spirit, somebody said, well, that's old. No, it don't happen. But we have the spirit of Jeroboam. We have the spirit of Isaac that
Oh, yeah.
gonna be destroyed. We still dealing with the same, just like we dealing with the same enemy children. We dealing with the same Israelite children. With the same spirit, they rising up and they doing things their way.
Yep.
And they're not paying attention. They be abusing y'all's children and they're not doing the right thing. We have the same spirit alive today. And he says, number 9, the high place of Isaac will be destroyed. And the sanctuary of Israel will go, it's going to be laid waste. He said, then I will rise up against the house of Jeroboam with the sword. This is what y'all said he's going to do. Because they have left me, they're going over there with all this idol worship. They don't lie to their people, tell them they can marry this and then marry that one. We all one family. That's a lie. You don't think they were doing that then? That was part of it then? Forgot what y'all put them in a position. They done went to the head.
Mm.
Some people don't need. There's danger for them to get leadership.
Yes, it is.
Some people, it's danger for them to get a little bit of knowledge. Some of them in danger when they get a little bit of piece of money.
Yes, it does.
Sometimes this stuff will cause them their soul. Now, this is Amos accused. Then Amaziah, the priest of Bethel. Now, this is a priest. Amaziah, he's a priest.
Mm-hmm.
He sent word, starting some stuff. Now, he's supposed to hear the word of Yah. He's supposed to be carrying the word. He hear his word from the man that Yah is giving him to give them. He gonna send this is all supposed to be leadership saints. Because they don't want to heed to the word of Yah. Then Amaziah, the priest, not one of the lay people, not one of one of the choir members, not one of the other ones in the temple that serving. No, this is the priest. Then he sends over what? To the priest. Then Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, he sent word to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos has conspired against you, over here lying on you. Isn't that something? He just tell you what thus say. Y'all say he gonna do to Jeroboam. He didn't say no. He told you straight up, this is the word of Yah. But here Amaziah lying on it. So if you think you gonna get out here and do a word for Yah and ain't nobody gonna allow you, this is your example. And you tell them just what the word is saying. They get upset and be the one that you wouldn't think the one's going to be with brain foolishness. Here you talk about the priest. They're supposed to know the law, supposed to know the word, supposed to know when people's out of alignment. Send word to Jeroboam and they say the king of Israel saying, Amos has conspired against you in the middle of the house of Israel. He's there telling everybody a lie about you. He's lying on you. And he had the dance to come and stand in the middle of everybody and let everybody know your business. He said, stand in the house. He said, the land is unable to endure all his word. We can't take all this stuff he's talking about. How are we gonna survive all this lies he keep telling us? What you talking about? He conspired. Why he got to conspire?
Man, wrong.
Jeroboam. He said we can't do all this stuff he talking about. All this stuff that's coming upon us. You over here conspiring and it's said in the midst of everybody. Everybody here. He didn't even try to be discreet and come and tell me by myself. No, he said in the midst. No, y'all told him in the midst of everybody. Then he said he's going to put a plumb line in the midst of them. That means you go stand in there and you tell him what I say, tell him. Don't hide this word. This word is not to be hidden. Then he said, for thus Amos said, Jeroboam will die by the sword, and Israel will certainly go from its land to exile. In other words, we going into slavery. That's what he over here saying. You don't know he over here talking about you. You don't know he talking about you, telling us this is what's going to happen to you. Then he said, then Amaziah said to Amos, go, you seer.
Mm-hmm. You see, so else not here.
Oh, goodness. They will tell to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Go, you seer, flee away from the land of Judah, and there eat bread, and there you do your prophesying. My goodness.
Mm-mm-mm.
Don't want to hear the truth, saints.
Mm-mm.
When see people talking they want the truth. I'm always amazed when people tell me they want the truth. And I be like, do you really want the truth?
Mm.
And when you start breaking the truth down to them, they get an attitude.
Yeah,
But you
will.
ask for the truth.
That's right.
The truth of the word is y'all say you are idol worshiper. I ain't no idol worshiper. Yes, you are. Well, don't you do Christmas? That's his birthday. No.
Mm-mm.
Don't you be doing Easter? Well, that's when they crucified. No, that's not Easter. And you explain to them, I don't, child, they get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you need to leave because I'm not going to hear you no more.
Those
I keep
streets
telling y'all
are-
the same spirit is still around.
Yes, it is.
He said, then Amaziah said to Amos, go, you seer, flee away to the land of Judah, and there eat bread, and there do your prophecy. In other words, he was from Judah anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Amos was Judah, but y'all sent him over to Israel
Oh, yeah.
to prophesy against them over there. In other words, you need to go back home and prophesy where you come from. He said, go back to the land of what? Go back to the land of Judah. That's what he's telling me. And there eat bread, and there do your what? Do your prophesying over there. In other words, y'all, you need to tell them over there. No, y'all sent me over here to tell you. Don't try to point fingers over there. Y'all gonna deal with Judah too, but he sent me to you. See, people don't want to understand why they over there prophesying. They need to be prophesying over there. No, he sent me to prophesy over here. He sent me to tell you this what I'm supposed to do over here. Don't let people question you when y'all give you something to do. Why you saying why? No, you don't owe them no kind of explanation, saints. You do what the Most High tell you to do. If they don't like it, let them take it up with him. He said, go back over there. He said, but no. He said, number 13, but no longer prophesy at Bethel. We don't need we didn't call you over here.
Mm.
Did we send for you to come over here to our service?
Mm.
You just come up in here and miss our service and our lifestyle and what we doing over here. We didn't send for you. They didn't have sense enough. It was a warning for them to get it together.
Sure was.
You got time to get this thing together. Isn't it amazing when y'all send a word to his people already know their heart so hard that they're not going to listen?
Mm-hmm.
It's the last straw that broke the camel's back. They had an opportunity to turn around, but now they're after the man that y'all sent. They're mad with him. You get back over there to Judah and you prophesy and eat your bread and stuff over there. But we don't need you over here. We didn't call you over here. Why are you over here?
Mm.
He said, but no longer prophesy at Bethel, for it is a sanctuary of the king. Listen, that's why he came over, because the king ain't doing right.
That's it.
It is amazing to me, saints, that you always gonna have somebody gonna go along with that foolishness, what that person is doing. And they'll fight you. They dedicated to him. Why are you trying to get them in all? They don't want to hear it. Don't you? You ain't talking to the king either. What's it? But no longer prophesies at Bethel. No, he's obeying y'all. Y'all sent him to Bethel. He said, for it is a sanctuary of the king. Who you thought put the king there? Who you thought raised up the person that's sitting in the seat? And let him know. And he said, and is a royal resident. We don't need that. In other words, we too high for that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you come from? Who sent you here? When the man come out the field with the sheep,
Mm-hmm.
he don't look the part.
Exactly.
In other words, they let them know this is a king resident. Where you come from? You ain't got no business being here. You don't look no royalty. What you coming over here for? You come in the house of the king, and then you have audacity to talk about what the king need to do. He let them know this is a royal residence.
Yeah,
Don't forget that, y'all. This a palace. You coming in looking like that. You know how they look at you sideways. You walk in certain places, you ain't dressed the party. Everybody got on their Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Yves Saint Laurent shirts and all kind of mess.
Mm-hmm.
And here you coming up in there with your little dashiki on. Are you with your shirt with some fringes?
Okay.
What you doing come up in this White House like this?
Mm-mm-mm.
Don't you know this the king royal residence? They didn't just say residence. It's
Royal.
royal residence. You're not royalty. What you up in here for? Well, I can mess with this a lot. Because that's the way our people think.
Yeah, they do.
You're not dressed the part. Look at your shoes. Man, people behind the corner. What is that? Who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look how they dressed.
Oh, yeah.
But see, they missed the whole point.
Yes, they did.
They missed the whole point what y'all is trying to do here. He said, but no longer prophesies at Bethel, for it is the sanctuary of the king and a royal residence.
Mm-hmm.
We all right over here. No, you're not. If it was okay, y'all wouldn't have sent the mouthpieces over there.
Sure wouldn't.
He wouldn't have said that he was measuring you and you didn't measure up.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last fruit in your basket. You're going to be destroyed. I'm going to bring you down because, first of all, you won't heed to what I'm saying. You keep going your way. When I sent my word, you don't take no heed. It's a light thing to you. You keep mistreating the widows, the elderless, and the fatherless, and you don't do anything for the stranger. And you telling me you in your royal house? I'm the one put you in the house. I'm the one put you in the place where you are, and you go sit. You go tell the man of Yah. See, we do that. You gonna tell them to shut up because they don't look the part. They don't look like they're the ones supposed to say anything to you. We better stop picking and choosing who's supposed to bring the word. Because y'all sent a goat to you, you better listen to his nag. Because all of it belong to him. He use whoever he and whatever he wants. He said, no longer, I don't want you over here anymore. Don't come over here. Then Amos replied to Amaziah. He got bold because y'all made him bold. He said, I'm not a prophet. Nor am I a son of a prophet. He said, I am a herdsman. Listen, he let them know where he came from. I come out of the field. He was out there minding his own business, y'all called him. I'm a herdsman, and I'm a grower of sycamore figs. That's who I am. He said, as you want to state what I'm not, but I'm gonna tell you who I am. And y'all know who I was when he called me.
Yes, he did.
Oh, come on, saints of the Most High. Stop letting people shut your mouth when y'all put a word in it. Because that word of your mouth is going to save somebody's life. He put it in there for somebody specifically to hear it from you. Then Amos replied to Amaziah. He said, I'm not a prophet, nor am I the son of a prophet. He said, for I am a herdsman. In case you don't know what you want to know what my occupation is, you telling me no longer prophesy is a sanctuary of the king and a royal residence. And let me just let them know, listen, I'm not a prophet. In other words, I didn't just show up here just to be showing up. And neither I'm a son of a prophet. I'm not from the background of no prophet. I don't have that in my lead. In other words, all y'all will line yourself up. Remember, this a family affair. Everybody, they'll step down and give position to their son. Sons. And one is just as wicked as the next.
Oh, yeah.
They learn from the daddy.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I am a herdsman and a grower of sycamore fig. He said, but that's canceled like everything else. The Yahuwah took me. In case you want to know how I got here. And in case you want to know why I'm standing in your royal residence. Woo. He said, Yahuwah took me. What did he do with me? He said he took me from following the flock. He took me out of the field, minding my business, satisfied with what I'm doing, and was well good at it too. Following the flock, and the Yahuwah said to me, go prophesy to my people Israel. You want to know how I got here? You want to know who sent me? Y'all said go prophesy to my people Israel. Yeah, I know I'm from Judah. Yes, I can go back there. You already told me to go back there and prophesy in my land. He got somebody doing that already. Because sometimes maybe when y'all send somebody from afar, we have a tendency to want to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
More so than we want to hear, because we get used to one another. And that's dangerous. Because y'all still using them. See, that's why it get hard for you to my sister know. It's hard for you to tell your family because they think they know. He said, but Yahuwah took me from following the flock, and the Yahuwah said to me, go prophesy to my people Israel. Now, hear the word. Now, he's really going in. Now hear the word of Yahuwah. You are saying, you shall not prophesy against Israel, not shall you speak against the house of Israel. That's what you telling me? You telling me to shut up otherwise, not to prophesy to you all? When y'all didn't send me, you didn't call for me, neither did you send me, y'all did. This is a heated conversation, saints. You telling me I can't tell you what y'all say? You don't got that big over here. You don't got that much pride in you that you don't hear the word. You don't want to hear the word of Yah. I know you made the mention of your royal palace, your royal residence. He said, but now hear the word of Yahuwah. You are saying, you shall not prophesy against Israel, nor shall you speak against the house of Isaac. You telling me what to say now. When I brought the word to you, what thus says Yah, you telling me now for me to be quiet. This is what Amos telling them. They don't want to hear what Amos have to say. See, people don't want you to disturb their peace. And a lot of times the peace is not lining up with y'all. They made their peace because they made it the way they wanted because it wasn't doing right. That's why y'all sent Amos. They refused to do the right thing. They have what? They were at ease in Zion. The people crying out to them about the hungry crying out, the poor crying out, the widow crying out, the elderly crying out, the stranger crying out. They out there planting their fields. Giving them what's left. They were plowing the fields up, and you know they're supposed to leave where the poor people can go get some food. Greed has set in, saints. And y'all had to send in. And yeah, he sent a man out of the field. Isn't that amazing? He sent him out of the field. Well, y'all cleaning the field. Y'all won't allow the people to eat anything. They come to y'all, if they felt like it, looked like to me, according to this word. Because when the poor man cries out, y'all hears the poor man. He hears the cry of his poor people when they crying out when they're being oppressed like this. And here he help y'all give the decency to send them a warning. And they don't want to hear it. And he said, you telling me I should not prophesy against Israel, not shall you speak against the house of Isaac? If that's what you saying to me, let's get in this a little bit more while I get to the last verse. Well, I'm going to go ahead and read it. I'll come on down. He said, therefore thus says Yahuwah Elohim. You don't want me to prophet. I'm really finna give you what he wants me to tell you now. He said, your wife will become a harlot in the city. Wow. And he said, your sons and your daughters will fall by the sword. Not on that, he said, your land will be parceled. The other ways, it's going to be divided up. Going to be divided up by what? The measuring line. and you yourself will die upon what? Unclean soil. Oh, you didn't want it. I tried to be nice. But now I'm going to lay it on the line just like y'all giving it to me. You don't even know I was over there back up in this word. You don't even know I was over there asking y'all to spare you all. Not to wipe you out. And you don't have the decency. Yeah, no, my tongue is tired today.
The decency.
You don't have you have the audacity to tell me to shut up. Not to prophesy over here in this king royal residence. Woo, goodness. Ain't have to tell me to go back to Judah and prophesy, eat your bread over there and prophesy over there. Now I'm going to tell you, I will tell you, I was trying to be nice and tell you, y'all, he's dropping a plumb line in here for y'all to get together. Trying to be nice. This is a warning. Y'all dropping a plumb line. He's finna measure you all. Isn't that a nice way to put it? He's no longer, he's sending judgments against you. Now you got the priest stirring up some stuff. They go with the priest. He sent it, Jeroboam, he over there lying about you. He over there contending, and he telling everybody. In the midst of everybody, he telling it all. But he didn't want to hear that. Now he pointed out just what's going to happen to him. And if we can keep reading, we got 2 more chapters before we end this little series. He said, therefore, you didn't want to hear me. Let me back up. Let's get into the 16 a little bit more. Ezekiel 24 said, he said, son of man, set your face towards Tema and speak out against the south and prophesy, what he say, against the forest land of Naib. Ezekiel 21:2, son of man, he said, set your face towards Jerusalem and speak against it. Speak against the sanctuary. They ain't doing right up in there anyway. And when y'all send a word, that means something is not right. Peoples are not doing what he said do. Leadership. And the people that's under leadership gonna suffer because leadership didn't do right. That's why we got to be careful who allowed to be over us. That's why y'all say you don't need nobody to be over you. I will teach you what to say. I will teach you this gospel. Yes, he had teachers, and there also some gonna be teaching you. Because he called them into place to teach. He said, son of man, set your face towards Jerusalem and speak against the sanctuaries and prophesy against the land of Israel. They don't want to hear what I got to say. Now I'm going to send a word against them. What if he had Ezekiel turn his butt to him. Told him be naked and turn your butt to him. Can you imagine? You got to lay on your side with your butt turned towards Israel. Open shame. You see, people run to be a time they want a problem. You have to do some stuff and take some stuff that most people is not going to take. Because y'all take you through some stuff when you call to these kind of offices. He said, Micah 2:6 say, do not speak out. So they speak out. But if they do not speak out concerning these things, reproaches will not be turned back. All of warning. All these are warnings to the people of the Most High. These ain't about the enemy. These about the ones that still rebellious, still don't want to heed, don't want to listen, want to do things their way. Deuteronomy 32:2 said, let my teaching drop as, he said, let it drop as rain. My speech distill as the dew, as the droplets on the fresh grass, and as the showers on the earth. Don't stop speaking. Do not stop bringing this word. This is a non-stop that make their ears sore from hearing it. So they will not have an excuse that they didn't hear the truth. They will not have an excuse to say, nobody told me. That's a lie. He said, let my teaching drop as rain. Because this word is supposed to be cleansing. This word is supposed to revitalize. Water revitalizes us. It refreshes us. Oh, we give him glory. And my speech distilled as dew. Dew rests. Hallelujah. Let my word rest on you. On them. Hallelujah. Cause my word to be like dew. Let it rest on them. When the rain comes, let the dew come. All form, he said, and as the droplets, the drizzle on the fresh grass. Non-stop. He just said, as a shower on herbs. Just because you don't want to hear it, y'all is not going to stop letting it come forth. Because there's somebody out there wanting it. Somebody will take up the offer with this divine truth now. Because they realize they've been lied to. They realize they're on their way to a devil's Hades. And they're coming saints. And we're supposed to be ready for them. I'm telling us now, we better get this stuff out of our heart, because they'll get salvation and we'll be left with all this hatred in our heart. Yeah, they did us nasty. But we can't afford to take it in our heart. No, we don't like it. And I don't like it either. I still don't like it. But I know y'all will deal with it. That's why, see, that's our saving grace. Y'all say he gonna fight for us. Yes. He'll take care of our enemies. If we just walk up right before, we ain't got to worry about that. What our job is that we don't let it stop. Don't let this truth stop falling from our mouth. Let it be like dew. Let it rest on the people. Let it be like fresh, a refreshing drops of rain. You know how it is when it's been so hot. You look up and you see some rain. It's refreshing to see the rain in the evening because it's so hot during the day. And the earth's so ready for it, soaks it up, drinks it up so fast. It would say shout, and as the showers on the earth, because the earth, the plants are crying out. They got sent up to receive what y'all is sending. Everybody got sense, look like all the creation got the sense to receive what y'all is sending, but his highest creation man. Always got a word, the negative. Always got to find a way, try to get out of it. If we sin, saying let's repent. If we got it wrong, we find the word, find us, just get it right. Don't get in this mindset. Who are you? Where you come from? Get on back over there. You trying to prophesy in the king's palace, his royal residence. You got some nerve. He sure do, because he told him exactly. He didn't give him the plumb line and all. He gave him straight up what's going to happen to him. And sometimes that's what we have to take. We have to get to the place and say, listen, this is what's going to happen to you. My job is to bring you the divine truth of this word. And if you don't want to heed to the word, that got nothing to do with me. But this is your consequences according to this word. What we need to take personally is what Yah had told us to say. We can't take personally how they feel. Because flesh don't want to be tamed anyway. That's what we got to understand. That's why we need the Ruach. The Ruach will keep the flesh under submission. He says, 7:13, running cross reference his own self. He said, but no longer prophesies at Bethel, for it is a sanctuary of the king and a royal residence. Boy, that just gets me every time. Every time I say that, it's like, you don't know who gave him the royal residence? Are you aware who set him up there? 1 Samuel 15:16 says, then Samuel said to Saul, wait, let me tell you what Yahuwah said to me last night. And he said to him, speak. Yeah, but when he spoke, he got mad with Saul. Because people don't, they say they want to hear the truth. You ever people keep messing with you? And I know I'm not the only one. People keep asking you, go ahead, tell me. You can tell me. Tell me. And then when you tell them, they don't want to hear what you say. They get their whole attitude changed. What are you talking about? You asked me to tell you. See, you wasn't even ready for the truth. You wasn't ready to hear what this word really means. So I'm going to tell you what it really means. And now you get an attitude. He said, then Samuel said to Saul, wait and let me tell you what Yahuwah said to me last night. And he said to him, matter of fact, he would change, the change of the gods about to take place. Because they saw him in his own way. The people picked him. Y'all didn't pick Saul. The people picked Saul because he looked like a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Tall, dark, and handsome. He looked like he fit the part. We want him. Y'all told him what he was gonna do to him. Y'all in bed at ease now. Your daughters and your son. He's gonna put your daughters, your little royal daughters, gonna be in the kitchen, baking his bread. Your son, he gonna send them out the army, out there to fight. Y'all had peace with me, but give them a king. That's what they want. They give them this king, because this for their hurt. You keep begging for something, y'all, and say no, he let you have it, and it be for your hurt. And Saul lost the kingdom, and then go fight David. Anger with David, he lost the kingdom. David didn't lose the kingdom for him. He lost the kingdom out of his disobedience. He messed up and he get mad with and then get off his throne. 15 years he chased it. He fired now. Fired for being a king. He chasing David 15 years. Until y'all just took him out. 1 Kings 22:19 say, Micaiah said, therefore hear the word of the Yahuwah. I saw the word sitting. This is what he said. I saw the word. I saw Yahusha sitting on his throne. And all the hosts of heaven standing by him on what? His right and on his left. I saw the word sitting. The word ain't going nowhere. Before the word passed, the word said heaven and earth will pass away. The word will always stand. Yeah, we know they done put a lot of things lying in this book, but listen, they couldn't take out but so much. Y'all wouldn't allow them to. They had to leave it in there because, see, they had to be the people. That's why they couldn't lie and nothing was being in the word concerning them. So they had to leave a lot there so they couldn't take it out. Y'all preserved it. Isaiah 30:10 said, who say to the seers, you must not see vision. That's right. Oh, she get on my nerve. He get on my. Every time I turn around, they got a vision. People get mad with you, saints. I'm telling you, this is not an easy walk. If you walking in this divine truth, it's not easy. Now, if you gonna stand up and tell the truth, because some of our own people have issues, and they supposed to be walking in this truth. Who say to the seer, you must not see visions, and to the prophets, you must not prophesy to us what is right. Wow. What he say? Speak to us some pleasant words. We want to hear some smooth words. We want to feel good. We don't want you telling us we can't hold hop. We can't jump from one bump to the next. We can't have our orgies. That's all they having. We can't beat up our women. We can't call them all bees and do them all kind of way. They supposed to submit to me when they don't submit to nobody. Oh yeah, I'm going there. We don't want to hear that. Speak to us some smooth words. Oh, we want to. We don't want to hear you to telling us all the bad stuff. Now you being what they call it now. When you tell people the word now, you're full of hate. You just hating on people. You don't want to see me prosper. That's why they keep saying all that stuff. And nothing can be for the truth. I want to see my people prosper. But prosper in the righteous way. But we want to hear some. Didn't they say prophesy illusions? They don't even want you to prophesy what y'all say. You just make up something. Okay, you got someone make up something. You get a car. You get a car. You get a house. You get a house. You can get a husband. You don't have 5, but you get a husband. You get a husband. You get a wife. You got 6. You got now can't take care. But you get another one. But that's what they want. Just make up something. Prophesy me something good. You give them enough money, they will. That's them hiring. They out there. That's why they tell them all the stuff they want to hear. You think they gonna tell him to get his madam off the pulpit? No, he getting paid. They want some illusion. Y'all give him. He'll send them a strong one. Not only will he give them illusion, he give them a strong illusion. Let them die out. This word ain't just coming to be coming, saints. Jeremiah 28:15-17. Then Jeremiah, the prophet, said to Hananiah, the prophet. One prophet talking to another prophet. Listen now, Hananiah. The Yahuwah, listen what he said. This is the false one. Yah had not sent you. And you have made this people trust in a lie. Oh, but they want strong illusion. See, the enemy is sending you what you want. But a true prophet let you know you was not sent by Yah. Because them words you just told people and the shape that this place is in is a lie. Everybody here sleeping with this and doing that. Just go ahead and bring your booze on and set them on the pulpit. You slipping and sliding, look like you in the nightclub. We got our people up here. I don't know what they're doing now. They like the Hananiahs. They want that lie. They want to feel good. And trust me, the devil got you some. He got a lot of Hananiahs out there. Somebody said something the other day. Gonna be a prophet. On July the 11th, this and this. I didn't even read it. Because do y'all see anywhere in these prophets that the word came to pass Yah gave them specific days.
Mm.
The time of Yah prophecy to be fulfilled is in his bosom.
Yes, it is.
He sent his prophet to give warning, and the day that is going to happen, he don't tell them. He
Mm.
say, you got a warning to get it together. Yahushua the only one that gave us in 3 days our rise again. Because he is Elohim. He didn't want to tell you. He told you that. And that what happened. He have a right to say it and also carried it out. Here go Hananiah over there tell. He said, listen now, Hananiah, Yahuwah did not send you. You was not sent by the Elohim. And you have made this people trust in a lie. How many of our people they trusted in lies, saints? Even in walking in this supposed to be truth, they caught up. They caught up in the hype and the fame. And doing hideous things. This word is not just out here that's becoming, this word is coming for a warning. A warning to all of us saints. He's letting us know to take heed. Things about to change. Then he said, I'm about to do what he said I'm about to do. Not only to your enemy about what I'm about to do, I'm about to clean some house for Israel too. I'm about because see they want this strong illusion. They want to be prophesied a lie. Now this is Israel, not the Gentile. No, this Israel. Israel want to hear smooth words. They don't want to hear nothing from y'all. To me, that make no sense. Why would you want to hear a lie? Will cause you to lose your soul. I mean, you that lost in your mind that anyone they think that they can just hear and do anything and it's gonna be all right. And there's not gonna be any consequence. Saints of the Most High, y'all, I pray that something was said in this word today. That we'll take heed and be of our surroundings. Not only that, when y'all put something in your mouth to speak. You owe nobody nothing. When y'all can give you just like Amos said to him, listen, you want it, I'm finna give it to you. He told him straight up, your wife. I'm gonna read this last bit and we out of here. Therefore, thus said the Yahuwah, he said, your wife. You don't want to hear the truth, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we're trying to give it to you easy. But let me give it to you just like the way it's gonna be. Your wife will become a harlot in the city. Your sons and your daughters will fall by the sword. Your land will be parcel, gonna be dealing up to what? The measure like it's gonna be cut up. And yourself, you gonna die. Isn't that something? Gonna lead the woman out for a harlot, everybody else gonna die. She gonna be ravished. Not only you gonna die upon some unclean soil. Where's unclean soil? You gonna die in a place that is not yours. He said, moreover, furthermore, Israel will certainly go from its land into exile. Since you didn't want to hear, you hearing it from my mouth. I'm over here trying to say, asking y'all to spare you. You wasn't over there when I was praying, asking y'all not to destroy you. You don't even want me to give you a message. Oh, Father Yah. Father, we thank you, we praise you for this word today. As always, we give your name glory, praise, and honor. And we thank you for your mighty works, the mighty works that you are doing in the midst of your people, Israel. We want to glorify you for the things that you have done, said, and done. You have given us the opportunity to come before you and to bless your people with your word. And also to give our own self warning of your word. We are not above it. Because every sentence I read with myself in mind. Am I falling short? So, Father, I thank and I praise you today that your will is being done and your word is being carried out right before our eyes. That we will take heed to your word. Because our aim, and I believe everybody on this line, those that will come by, our aim is to be in the kingdom with you. We don't want nothing to hinder this walk, no lying, Hananiahs to cause us to go astray, but to walk upright before you. That you be glorified in our walk. That we could be an example of what your word is calling to in this hour. To be that light that you have called us to be. That those that don't know you will see the light in us and come running. And Father, we'll have a word of salvation. Repent, believe, get in this word and learn the way of Yahuwah. Learn what he is saying for your salvation. Show them the way through your word. Get rid of the false doctrine, false worshiping, the false idols. See, you'll know exactly who they want to change when you start telling them that, saints. You can no longer do what you want to do. You can no longer pick up these things and think they're harmless. No, they cause you your soul. If they can go under all those scrutiny, they can listen to what the instructions of Yah is. Then you move further. Hallelujah. Move further because you don't get it, babe, everything at one time. Say that's our problem. They've been doing this. We've been doing what we've been doing way before we knew about the truth as we call it today. He said, you will know the truth and the truth will make you free. Y'all patiently brought us to this truth, saints. Don't try to stuff everything down the new one mouth at one time. If they really mean business, they will stay. They really mean to walk upright. When they hear the divine truth of what y'all require of them, and stop saying what you can and cannot know. What y'all require of them, not you. This is what y'all require of us as a people. Let them know there's a requirement that Yah has required all his people to do. And that's no changing. He made that. We didn't make it. So we give y'all praise and glory, saints. I pray that this word was an enlightenment. I pray that something was said. I know I learned something today. I didn't know no harbor grass was considered as a land lobster.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! In the category of a lobster. You know, my goodness. I guess I've been eating hopper grass, water hopper grass, huh? When I didn't know no better. I guess that makes sense because he's crustacean. Hopper grasses are crustaceans. Anything with a shell on it. Wow. There's simple things you don't even take into consideration. Y'all be glorified today, saints. And y'all have the rest of the day to finish out your Shabbat. And I pray that you be blessed and that Father continue to keep you, cause his face to shine upon you, and that you begin to prosper in the things that you put your hands to. He said he'll withhold no good things from those that walk upright before him. So there's a license for your prosperity. Just keep walking upright before him. Believe his words. Not only believe it, but live it. In Yahushua's name we pray, and we say shalom and Shabbat shalom, saints.
Shabbat Shalom.